Hey everyone, it's Jamie Batts, your instructor for Bio 221. We're going to start going over Chapter 25. So this is the Part 1 video for Chapter 25. Chapter 25 is, it has several sections to it. It's covering three main topics: nutrition, metabolism, and temperature regulation, which, believe it or not, are all linked together a little bit. So it starts off with nutrition, and nutrition should be an overview from any other bio class that you've had. There's always a little bit of nutrition squozen in there. And so it talks about the basics of my plate. If you are, like most people, struggling with your nutrition in your own daily life, maybe you have a lack of energy, or maybe your weight isn't where you want it to be, the myplate.gov website is very helpful. It shows you, there's tools in there to help you track calories, track your nutrients, and help keep you on track. There's also lots of apps that you can download for your phone, like MyFitnessPal is a popular free app. But myplate.gov has a lot of those resources as well, and it's, again, a free website for you. The gist behind it is that half of your plate for every meal is fruits and vegetables. So just kind of something to think about. Anyway, so you see the chart there on page 914, which is showing you like the nutrient content of typical foods. You don't have to have all that memorized. In fact, the majority of the important information is in like the bolded terms of this part of the chapter. Understanding the difference between complex and simple carbs, the use of ATP in the body, the different types of fats, saturated, unsaturated. So it's a little bit of a review of biochemistry, but in this sense we're talking about these molecules in terms of what they bring our body in terms of a nutritional content, as opposed to, you know, their role in a cell membrane or something like that, like we've covered already. Same thing with proteins. It goes in and just talks about how proteins are used in our body. So one of the key ideas when it comes to nutrition, and I've taught nutrition at other colleges, but the big idea is that what you're bringing into your body is basically the parts, right, that are going to be reassembled into you. So it's kind of like going to the junkyard and picking up parts to build a new car. My husband's a mechanic, so I always think of things like that. You know, you want to go for the best parts, or the parts that aren't, you know, all covered in oil or broken, right? You want to get the really good parts, just so you can rebuild a really good engine, so to speak. And instead of putting, you know, that engine that has a main oil leak or whatever in it, you know, you're gonna go and you're gonna pick an engine that doesn't have any oil on it and is nice and clean to rebuild your car. And so that's the same idea. What ingredients are you putting in your body that are going to build you, right? Because literally you are what you eat. The protein that makes up your hair, your skin, your nails is just reassembled from the protein that you're putting in your body. So just something to think about. Anyways, it then gets into all the vitamins. You should be familiar with all the functions of vitamins and the functions of minerals. You don't have to know the specific RDAs for them. Relative amounts is helpful, but not specific RDAs. You should be familiar with how to read a nutrition label, but again, I'm not going to have a nutrition label on your test or quizzes to test you on that. So that's really the first part of this chapter, just the basics of nutrition. The second part is going to go into metabolism, and that's where my next video will pick up.